There she is. I'm trying to get her in the picture, but this is on my phone and she won't move over. She never does anything I say, I can tell you. Alright, we're just setting off. Good morning. It's hardly a morning, is it? What time is it?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock? My God. How can we get anything done at 9 o'clock? So, it's a lousy day. It's raining. Where are we?
In Bohol.
Thank you, darling. You're a master of the obvious.
Yeah, so welcome to Foreigner in the Philippines. So it's a beautiful day. It's a question and this is a question and answer portion, you know. So we have got some comments saying that about let's talk about Alfred and Marie, because I'm saying that too young, it's kind of it is child abuse, you know. I think what do you call that? Marie is already 20. Yeah.
Don't deal with the comments of the idiots. Sure. You know, come on. I mean, I just read a very interesting article sent to me. I get all kinds of stuff sent to me that's wonderful. And one was an article that was written about stupidity, and the definition that came. There were several ways of describing it and several different categories, but the one that really appealed to me. Not that Beth ever reads anything. She only looks at her phone. Isn't that true, darling?
I read. Because I believe reading is learning.
Reading is learning. Oh, in heavens. You wouldn't want to do that, would you? Standing jokes. But are we taking this person here? It looks like a white lady.
No, that's Kuya Julio. Wait. Can you open? Oh. Dili pa. Naman.
Ikaw talaga kung sino ko pagaling na sa halikin, abutan mo na kung buwan. Kao na kung buwan.
Mado ko may burgos.
Di na naman gugos?
Mado ikaw man ito may talibon. Musakay lang ka.
Kaya wag hindi bugas ay. Kaya na may trapal, diyan ako ba?
Sige.
Karga na ko?
What?
Going to
What?
Going to, what do you call that?
I don't know,
Rice,
darling, because it's your sentence.
Rice mill.
He's going to the rice mill?
We drop her to the rice mill first.
Okay.
Before we go to Burgos.
I don't know. Is he putting rice on the back there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's been raining.
So, we were talking about the definition for stupidity is doing something which hurts somebody else, so is destructive against someone else, without any benefit to themselves. So they're doing something which hurts and damages someone, but they don't actually get a benefit from it. Yeah, I thought that was fitting on the people who the DSWD call our avid fans.
Okay. Kuya Leong! Kuya Leong! Asa man kadapitan? Tangalige?
Can you see him in the rearview mirror? He's covered in plastic. We normally talk about the lady in white, but now we're talking about the Julio in plastic. So anyway, that's what Beth hates me to use the word stupid.
It's not nice word.
No, you have to speak up, darling.
It's
otherwise
not nice.
it's not nice.
It's kind of
what people do to hurt us, it's very nice, of course, you know. But anyway.
Yeah, so as I said, some saying that it's too young, it's child abuse to have Alfred with a young woman, with a child. You know, Marie is around 26, I think, if I'm not mistaken. You know,
I've been saying that, from what you told me, that she is 25.
something like that. I will ask later on. But
In other words,
but she's already
she
20
is an
plus.
adult.
Yeah. the minor is 16, right? 17? 16
Yes.
below, 18
Actually,
below.
now the age of consent in the Philippines is 16.
Oh, really? I don't know that.
Yeah, I think that was the former president, Duterte.
But you can get married at the age of 18.
Yes, you're considered still under the authority of your parents.
Because I remember when we get married, I was 24 the time. So when we do the processing of our papers, I'm 23. You know, and one of the requirements is to have a parent's consent that they allow.
Even for you.
Yeah, that they allow me to get married. You know, so there's a parent consent. Because if it's, I don't know, but I was 23 that time when we start processing.
23 or 24.
24, something like that. You know, so then I still need to, nanay still go to the, I think, registrar or MSWDO. No, here in Talibon to write the consent.
Oh, and she then gave us the written form. I remember that it was difficult to get married. Now, I actually went on video, and I think that one of my statements was to foreigners who were coming to get married here. I said, if you think that you're going to come over for 3 weeks vacation and get married, you should think again.
It's quick, as long as...
Of course, someone immediately wrote in and said, actually, I did it in 2 weeks.
It's quick, darling, as long as you got all the papers, you know. The other thing about Terence and I, when we tried to get married, you know, we went because we need the divorce papers, you know, so we need to wait. And
now,
also,
just to be technical for a moment,
yeah.
Right? In case someone is actually thinking of coming and getting married here, and they're divorced, which they probably are. You need to, what the person that we spoke to, and it can change depending on who you speak to when you go to one of these government offices. The person that we spoke to said, we need the entire decree nisi, which is, I think, 2 or 3 pages, right? Now, when I knew that that I didn't know what would happen. I didn't plan on getting married when I came here. I didn't know Beth. All of that was in the future when I started my journey. So I brought a certificate from the court, right? An official stamped certificate that said I was divorced and free to marry. And when we got here and presented that as evidence of my divorce, they said it's not enough, we need to see the whole court document, all however many pages, 2 or 3, 4 pages. So that caused a big delay, because then I had to get in touch with my son, and he had to get time off work to go to the court, ask for the copy, and it all took time, and then get it back to me with all of the joys of negotiating with the Philippine Postal Service. It took time. So I remember it as, what, honey, you haven't gone to sleep,
a month.
I remember it as 3 months before we could get married.
Yeah, because we wait for your decree, and then also, what do you call that?
I don't know.
We also doing some, we also finish everything, right? The seminar, you know, we need to schedule for a seminar. And then when we get the seminar also, because it's a half-day seminar, so when we're done that, we need to wait for the raffle of where we host the judge that will do the wedding to us.
Right, we had to wait for someone who was willing to put us into his schedule.
You know, so so something like that. So it's a kind of going there, and also I have work the time, you know, so I need to wait until I got my day off, and what do you call that? Ask my office mate if I could change date so that I have enough day to process everything, you know, and I need to come here to get everything that I need for paperwork, for attachment, you know, so something like that.
So it is true that everything takes longer.
As long as both of you are free, you know.
What about the long lines?
Yeah, it's also that. You know, so as long as the two of you are, you know, so it's as long as once all the papers are completed, you don't need to wait another papers, you know, because what happened to Terrence's papers at the time when we submitted it, the woman said, "Oh, ma'am, it needs the lucky of the decree. We need the decree of the divorce decree, the one like
We
this."
already did that.
Because we got already that, right?
Yeah.
So
No, I mean we already talked about it.
no, I mean just to clarify, you know, when your son already sending by mail the decree, right? So
Yeah.
we thought it's okay, so we submitted it, and then the woman there, when we submit the paper, saying, "No, we need the whole decree, so we need to send message again to the son."
You mean it was my son that sent
Yeah.
the certificate?
Yes.
Ah, I see. Because I didn't intend to get married, but I got trapped.
You know, so he sent twice.
He sent the first one, which was what the court gave him,
Yeah.
was a certificate to confirm that I was no longer married.
And it's what do you call that? It's lacking of documents, so we need to email it. So that's why it takes longer.
Didn't you also have a spelling mistake?
And I got also spelling a mistake, you know.
You had a spelling mistake.
Yeah.
It was an A instead of an E on Torrejas,
Yeah.
or the other way around. I don't know which.
And then also the other thing on that is we need to go to the American embassy for schedule on him to get what do you call that? Single certificate that he is not married.
Yeah, what they're saying is that you're not breaking parole from Sing Sing or something like
Yeah, so
that.
something
So
like
you
that.
go, and it is, I think it's officially called something like a police clearance.
Yeah.
Now, somebody that we know went there to find out, in the course of trying to get certain documents handled, they told him that he would need that, and he misunderstood what they were talking about and didn't realize that he could go to the American embassy and just ask for it, pay $50 and get it with only waiting for an hour. It's actually an easy thing to get. It's not one of those, and it's easily open to misunderstanding. If someone said, "Oh, you have to get a police clearance," well, how does anybody know whether you are cleared or not?
Oh.
If you're here in the Philippines and you came from, I don't know, a small town in the Midwest, how would anybody know? So it's easy to get that wrong. So he didn't. He got it wrong. So where are we? Where were we?
Yeah, so let's go back to Alfred. So as I said, Marie is already 20 plus, you know.
Best
So
loves Alfred.
so it's not, and besides, it's not what do you call that? And also the comment that it's about it's too old, and it's just a matter of time, and then it's about money, you know. Can you just put it this way? Sometimes it's not just about money, you know. It's you know, it's not just all about that. Don't close so close here, Han.
Don't what?
Don't be so close on this part.
Sorry, a bit of backstreet driving there. Just as, what will I do about this side, honey?
Can you?
I think we got too much of me in this and not enough of you. Why don't you lean over a little
I already
more?
did that.
This side.
You know, so it's not just about, you know, we admit it's some of the some portion is when it comes to marriage is also the security, but you know, it's about the, as I said, there's a story on and off camera, you know. So we just been happy for the two of them, you know. We just been happy for the two of them, and we see the two of them happy and contented in their life, and that's what matters.
I tell you, you know what stuck out the most for me when we went to see Alfred? The atmosphere in the house, it's calm, it's peaceful. And then when you look out, you see all the evidence of the work that they've done together. He is a self-proclaimed farmer. If you talk to him, what are you, Alfred? What have you been in your life? What's the love of your life? He will say, I'm a farmer.
But he's
That's what he
working
does.
in the bank, you know.
Yeah, but his parents put him in the bank. He protested that. That's what they wanted for him. but he loved to be a farmer.
Mm-hmm.
That was what he wanted. And Marie loves to plant things. So you can imagine I can imagine the joy of Alfred that he said that he actually told me that he thought she was the most wonderful girl in the Philippines. Of course he's wrong. She's the most wonderful girl in the Philippines.
Atik.
Isn't that true, my dear?
Come on, Han. We drop Kuya Julio first. Okay?
Oh, okay, I can't morph
And then we turn around.
to the rice.
Oh my God, these people driving like,
Who was that?
I don't know. You just drive very fast, you know, and then if you didn't off.
I
If you
can't drive very fast in this.
I mean, that boy drive very fast in a motorcycle.
That's because all motorcyclists that we know are crazy. See, it's really what's been happening lately is that it's been torrential downpour for a relatively short time. So it's not going on and on and on. It just buckets down and fills all of the holes in the road up, and then it leaves. Are you still awake, honey?
Yeah, I'm awake.
Beth has said that in order to be millionaires, all that we would have to do would be to can whatever it is in my voice that sends her to sleep. And if we could do that, we could say,
Yeah.
thank you, darling. What the purpose of that was?
Nothing. It's very cold. Come on, because it's
Come.
what, darling? I'm sleepy.
I've been talking, so she's
I love you,
sleeping.
baby.
Well, well, we've survived one motorcyclist going past. Now all we have to do is make the last quarter mile to the road, which is full of water. Look at it.
You cannot look at it, darling.
It's Carabao weather.
Yeah, so have a great day and God bless everyone. Bye-bye. I'm gonna turn the camera off on the other side.